I never thought my marriage would end with me crouching behind a door, holding my breath and feeling like I'd just been stabbed in the chest. It was a rainy Thursday night, the kind of evening where the house feels too quiet, and every creak in the floorboards feels like a whisper of something unspoken. I had come home early from work, planning to surprise my wife Lorna with dinner, something simple, just pasta and garlic bread, her favorite. I even picked up a bottle of that red wine she pretends she doesn't like but always finishes. When I stepped through the front door, the house was dim. No music, no TV, just silence and the soft patter of rain against the windows. I heard her voice before I saw her, coming from the bedroom, muffled slightly. At first I thought she was on the phone. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but something about her tone made me freeze. "I just feel stuck," she said, her voice low and tired. "I can't keep pretending I'm happy. I hate being with him. Every day feels like I'm suffocating." I felt the air leave my lungs. For a second I wasn't even sure I'd heard her right. But then she kept talking. "He doesn't even notice how distant we are. How could he not see it? I feel nothing when he's around. Nothing." My mind scrambled to make sense of it. Lorna and I had been married for 3 years. Sure, things had been tense lately, life pressures, work stress, missed date nights, but I thought we were just going through a rough patch. Every couple has them, right? I couldn't bear to hear another word. Quietly, I backed away and left the house. I didn't even take my keys or wallet, just walked into the rain like I was trying to disappear. That night, I stayed in a cheap motel across town, staring at the stained ceiling and trying to process what I'd heard. The woman I had shared a life with, who I laughed with, cried with, built dreams with, had just said she hated being with me. Not upset with me. Not tired. She hated it. By morning, I had made up my mind. I wouldn't beg. I wouldn't confront her with tears in my eyes. If she truly felt that way, the kindest thing I could do was leave. So I went home, packed a bag, and left a note on the kitchen counter. "If this is really how you feel, I won't stay where I'm not wanted. I hope you find happiness." And then, I disappeared. No calls. No texts. I just vanished from her world. But what I didn't expect, what I couldn't expect, was how she would react. 3 days passed. I didn't hear a word from her. No calls. No messages. Nothing. Part of me wanted to believe she was relieved, maybe even glad I was gone. After all, she said she hated being with me. But another part, the foolish, aching part, hoped she'd come looking. That she'd have something to say. Some kind of explanation. On the 4th day I got a call from my best friend Jonah. "Where the hell are you, man?" he asked. "Lorna's been calling everyone. She even came by my place in the middle of the night crying. Said she thinks something happened to you." That didn't make sense. She hated me. Why would she care? "I heard her, Jonah," I said quietly. "I heard what she said. She hates being with me. I was in the house. I heard every word." He went silent for a moment. Then he said, "Wait. When was this?" "Thursday night." "Dude, that wasn't about you." The words hit me like a freight train. "She was on the phone with her therapist," he continued. "She told me. She's been going to therapy because she's been feeling like she's losing herself. It wasn't about you, it was about her. She said she's been spiraling, scared she's becoming someone she doesn't recognize. That she's afraid of ruining the one good thing in her life, you." My chest tightened. I sat down on the edge of the motel bed, the realization hitting me all at once. I had left without asking. Without confronting. I had heard a sliver of her pain and made it all about me. I went back home. The house looked the same, but it felt different. Her car was in the driveway. The living room was a mess, blankets on the floor, fast food containers, a photo album lying open on the coffee table. And there she was, curled up on the couch, clutching one of my hoodies, her face pale and hollow like she hadn't slept in days. When she saw me, she didn't shout. She didn't run into my arms. She just looked at me like she didn't believe I was real. "I thought you were dead," she whispered. "I thought you didn't love me anymore," I replied. She broke down. We both did. Sitting there on the couch, two people completely broken, by assumptions, silence, and a single overheard moment. It wasn't a clean fix. We didn't magically become perfect overnight. But we talked. Really talked. And for the first time in a long time, I listened without trying to fix her. She told me how lost she felt, how scared she was of becoming a burden. And I told her I'd rather carry her through the storm than stand alone in the sun. Sometimes the scariest thing isn't what someone says behind closed doors. It's what they're too afraid to say when you're in the room.